Chapter 17-18. The sect masters of the Heavenly Gods sect and Poison Desire sect nodded, the greed in their eyes growing stronger. Indeed, they had also thought of this point. Lu Ming's fortuitous encounter was most likely not just Emperor Tsang's. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so strong. They had to get their hands on it. What should we do now? This brat's soul power is too strong. Normal people won't be able to block his soul attacks. The Sky Demon sect master frowned. Let me do it. At this moment, a white-robed elder stepped out from the Heavenly Gods sect. This elder was extremely old. His hair was almost all gone and the wrinkles on his face were piled up like a mountain. Elder Ma Kong, I can rest assured with you going. The sect master of the Heavenly Gods sect was delighted. So it's Elder Ma Kong. The sect masters of the Poison sect and Sky Universe Demon sect felt their eyes light up. Mo Kong was an extremely experienced saint, and his age was 2 or 3 times older than the other sect masters. He had already cultivated for over 100,000 years, but due to his limited talent, he had been stuck at the Bright Saint realm his entire life. However, they couldn't deny Ma Kong's strength. After living for so long, who knew what methods he had? Moreover, one thing was for sure. After living for so long, his soul power had reached a shocking level. He didn't need to fear Lu Ming's soul attacks. Ma Kong smiled faintly and stepped forward, arriving in front of Lu Ming. Brat, this old man won't show mercy when I attack. Why don't you obediently hand over Emperor Tsang's inheritance and treasures and I'll spare your life? Ma Kong spoke, his voice sounding very old. His turbid eyes looked at Lu Ming. Then let's see if you have the ability. Lu Ming said. He was highly focused and wouldn't let his guard down just because the other party was old. In truth, in the Saint realm, the older some people were, the more terrifying they were. Brat, your heart is higher than the heavens. Then this old man will temper your spirit. At this moment, Ma Kong's turbid eyes were no longer turbid. Instead, they emitted a shocking light. His body emitted a dazzling holy light that was shocking to the extreme. Theurgy, holy light slice. A low voice came from Mo Kong's mouth. He waved his hand casually and endless holy light turned into extremely sharp ribbons. These ribbons were very long and they swept through the void. They seemed to suddenly appear around Lu Ming's body and enveloped Lu Ming within. Not good, it's a divine ability. Be careful. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master's expression changed drastically as he exclaimed. On the other hand, the sect master of the Heavenly Gods sect and the others were ecstatic. Mo Kong had actually cultivated a divine ability. As expected of an old monster who had lived for more than 100,000 years. It was difficult for a radiant saint to successfully cultivate a divine art unless one was a peerless genius. It was extremely difficult to cultivate, but its power was also extremely shocking. Those who had mastered the divine ability art could easily kill those of the same level who had yet to master the divine ability art. The terrifying ribbon of holy light enveloped Lu Ming. The edge of the ribbon was incomparably sharp, as if it could cut through everything. Lu Ming's eyes narrowed slightly. Several flashes of light lit up on his body, and 2 sacred artifact shields flew out, blocking the front and back. Clang! Clang! The holy light ribbons cut through the sacred artifact shields, and a shocking scene appeared. Scars appeared on the sacred artifact shields. If this continued, the sacred artifact shields would soon be cut apart. What a terrifying cutting power! Even sacred artifacts would be cut apart. The sect master of the Heavenly Gods sect and the others smiled. They had won. There was no doubt that Lu Ming would not be a match for the divine ability. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master and the Ice Dragon Valley Master paid close attention. If Lu Ming was in danger, they would do their best to save him. The others held their breaths as they stared at the battlefield. Lu Ming, this brat, has no chance. Yin Zheng's eyes were filled with joy. Mo Kong's cultivation was at the great circle of the Radiant Saint realm, and he had mastered the divine ability. He was an unrivaled existence in the Radiant Saint realm, at least in the Tsang region. Divine abilities are indeed powerful. I wonder how much this old man has mastered. It shouldn't be too high. Lu Ming muttered, and his eyes were filled with battle intent. Chaos. A chaotic flipping sky seal appeared in Lu Ming's palm, and he smashed it toward the ribbons of holy light. Boom! The ribbons of holy light vibrated violently, and they cut the chaotic flipping sky seal even more fiercely. An ear-piercing sound rang out, and the chaotic flipping sky seal was cut into deep grooves. Finally, it exploded with a bang. Again. The chaotic flipping sky seal kept forming in Lu Ming's hand, and he blasted it toward the ribbons of holy light. Boom! Boom! The chaotic flipping sky seal kept colliding with the ribbons of holy light, and terrifying explosions rang out. It's no use. You can't break my divine ability. Mo Kong said, but his eyes were solemn. He kept waving his hands, and the ribbons of holy light increased. The ribbons of holy light danced in the air, completely enveloping Lu Ming, like a cocoon. From the outside, one could see that some parts of the cocoon were bulging, as if something was about to rush out from it. There were continuous explosions coming from the cocoon. In the blink of an eye, a few minutes had passed, and the ribbons were still vibrating. He's still resisting. This guy's combat strength is really amazing. The sect master of the Celestial God sect said. Even an overlord like him was shocked. After we get this guy's secret, we must get rid of him. Otherwise, there will be endless trouble. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demons sect said coldly. The sect masters of the other two sects nodded. Indeed, Lu Ming had such combat strength now. If he reached the Absolute Saint realm in the future, who in the Zhangzhou state would be able to defeat him? Divine ability is really mysterious and powerful. However, it's only 10% at most. Lu Ming's face was calm in the ribbons of holy light. He was just testing the waters. It was his first time fighting against a divine ability, so he naturally had to study it carefully. This was because he could also practice divine ability now. In the Chaos scripture, there was a terrifying divine ability called the Chaos Calamity Finger, which could maximize the power of the law of chaos. In addition, there were also divine abilities in the 9 Dragons' memories. This was the direction of his cultivation in the future. It's about time. There was a glint in Lu Ming's eyes. The 2 saint hearts in his dantian shone and spun wildly. The saint force in his body surged. The law of chaos flowed through his body. Lu Ming punched the ribbons of holy light, and a huge prison-suppressing steel appeared. Boom! The ribbons of holy light vibrated violently and then exploded. In the blink of an eye, the ribbons of holy light were all destroyed, and Lu Ming's slender figure reappeared in front of everyone. Impossible! Mo Kong roared. He spat out a mouthful of blood and retreated. His eyes were filled with disbelief. His divine ability had been broken by Lu Ming. Chapter 1719. Nothing is impossible. Kill! Lu Ming roared and displayed the divine sword art. 2 sword lights pierced into Ma Kong's forehead, breaking his soul in his sea of consciousness. However, Ma Kong's body only trembled for a moment before he recovered. This old man's soul is really strong. Lu Ming's heart stirred. He displayed the wind thunder steps and rushed toward Ma Kong, striking out with his palm. Ma Kong roared and condensed a divine retribution spear in his hand, stabbing toward Lu Ming. However, when it collided with Lu Ming's palm, the divine retribution spear exploded. Lu Ming's palm did not stop. Ma Kong's expression changed drastically. He condensed the Dharma on his palm and blocked with his palm. Bang! Ma Kong's body was directly sent flying. One of his palms exploded and blood spurted out from his mouth. Kill! Lu Ming stepped into the air and charged toward Ma Kong. His eyes were as cold as a knife. Since he was an enemy, he would not show mercy because of his age. Divine power, holy light slash. Ma Kong once again unleashed his divine power. The holy light ribbon swept out, but it was once again smashed away by Lu Ming's palm. He continued to attack his opponent. Ma Kong frantically retreated, not daring to confront Lu Ming head-on. The entire place was silent. Lu Ming could even defeat a perfected bright sage expert who had mastered magical skills. Moreover, he chased after the other party until he did not dare to fight back. Such combat power was beyond everyone's imagination. The bright sage of Tsang State was invincible. With such combat strength, who else in Tsang State could fight against him? Enough! At this moment, a cold voice sounded. The celestial divinity sect master's face was cold. With a wave of his hand, a ray of saint power swept Ma Kong back to the celestial divinity sect's camp. Lu Ming also stopped in his tracks. He's defeated. Who else from the three sects wants to fight? Lu Ming asked. The experts from the three sects were silent. Even Ma Kong had been defeated. Who else could fight? The other sects might have old monsters who had lived for a long time, but their combat strength was at most on par with Ma Kong. Even if they wanted to fight, they would not be Lu Ming's opponent. For a moment, no one from the three sects wanted to fight. The scene was dead silent. Looks like you've admitted defeat. Since no one wants to fight, then according to the agreement, you all have to leave. Lu Ming said, staring at the leaders of the three major sections. What a joke. Why should we retreat? The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect sneered as a cold light flashed in his eyes. You all agreed to it yourself, and there are countless witnesses here. Are you all going back on your word? Lu Ming said coldly. We naturally won't go back on our words. But earlier, we agreed to bet the inheritance and treasures of the Azure Emperor. If we win, you have to hand over the inheritance and treasures. If you win, we will withdraw. However, this is only a bet regarding the inheritance and treasures. Now, we suspect that you have other inheritances and treasures. Hand them over. The master of the Sky Universe Demon sect sneered. Despicable and shameless. You're just quibbling. The Cloud Dragon Valley master roared. So this is your face. As the leader of a sect, you are truly shameless to the extreme. Lu Ming laughed loudly. He really did not expect that the other party would be so shameless. Nonsense. Since you're here, don't go back. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect snorted coldly. With a wave of his hand, a huge demonic claw grabbed at Lu Ming. A terrifying pressure pressed down on Lu Ming like a mountain. Break! Lu Ming roared and unleashed his full strength. He threw a punch at the void behind him. As though there was a force that broke through the void, Lu Ming's body retreated rapidly. Clang! Just then, a sword light shot into the sky. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master attacked and slashed the demonic claw away. Let's attack together and take down Lu Ming. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect shouted. Attack! At the same time, the sect masters of the Heavenly God sect and Poison sect attacked together and charged towards Lu Ming. Roar! A dragon roar rang out as the Valley Master of the Ice Dragon Valley stepped out and punched out. A huge ice dragon condensed and blocked the attacks of the sect masters of the Heavenly God sect and Poison sect. Swoosh! Just then, a beam of holy light shot out from the crowd of the Heavenly God sect. It was extremely bright and charged towards Lu Ming. An absolute saint. Another absolute saint. The Heavenly God sect had secretly sent another absolute saint. Scram! The Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley shouted. His voice was like thunder as he slashed out with his battle sword. The terrifying sword light seemed to break through the void and slashed towards the absolute saint. This absolute saint was surrounded by holy light. He pointed his finger and a terrifying holy light swept towards the Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley's sword light. Superpower art, holy light cut. However, this absolute saint's superpower was dozens of times stronger than Mo Kong's. There was no comparison at all. The holy light cut continuously cut down the Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley's sword light. Retreat! The Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley shouted. He moved and appeared beside Lu Ming. His holy power wrapped around Lu Ming and he quickly retreated towards the Dragon God Valley. The Valley Master of the Ice Dragon Valley followed closely behind. With their combat strength, the other party wouldn't be able to stop them if they wanted to retreat. The two of them retreated back into the protective array of the Dragon God Valley. Whoosh! Whoosh! The sect master of the Heavenly God sect, the sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect, and the other absolute saints appeared outside the protective array of the Dragon God Valley. Their auras were powerful and they formed a terrifying gust of wind that kept hitting the protective array of the Dragon God Valley. Looks like the Dragon God Valley is going to protect Lu Ming until the end. The sect master of the Heavenly God sect said coldly. His eyes were shining with holy light. It was extremely shocking. What do you mean by shielding? Lu Ming is a disciple of the Divine Dragon Valley to begin with. The Divine Dragon Valley is obligated to protect him. On the other hand, the few major sects went back on their words and refused to admit defeat. The Valley Master of the Ice Dragon Valley said. All right. In that case, let's destroy the Dragon God Valley. From now on, there will be no more Dragon God Valley in the Tsang state. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect said. Although she was a woman, she was extremely domineering. Everyone from the Sky Universe Demon sect, listen up. Form a formation and attack the Dragon God Valley. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon sect gave the order first. Everyone from the Desire Poison sect, form a formation and attack the Dragon God Valley. The sect master of the Desire Poison sect also gave the order. The sect master of the Heavenly God sect was surprised. He didn't expect the Sky Universe Demon sect and the Desire Poison sect to be so decisive. In the end, he also gave the order to attack. Kill! Kill! Tens of thousands of experts from the three sects stepped out. Their killing intent surged and terrifying energy burst out, forming a terrifying formation. Many experts from the Sky Universe Demon sect gathered and formed a demon god with 3 heads and 6 arms. Each of its arms held a weapon. It was 100,000 feet tall and was bigger than a mountain. It attacked the Dragon God Valley. Boom! The 100,000 feet tall demon god's aura was too terrifying. When the attack landed on the protective array of the Dragon God Valley, it shook violently. Chapter 1720. As for the Heavenly Divinity sect, they formed a great formation, condensing a long spear that was tens of thousands of feet long. It was dazzling, even more resplendent than the sun in the sky. Whoosh! The long spear pierced through the air, causing ripples in the air as if it was going to be pierced through. Boom! The long spear pierced through the Divine Dragon Valley's sect protecting grand formation, causing the light barrier to cave in and almost collapse. Divine Dragon Valley, get into formation and prepare to face the enemy. The Ice Dragon Valley Master ordered. Figures flashed all over the Dragon God Valley. The disciples of the various valleys gathered together and set up a grand array. However, Yin Zheng led the people of the Silver Dragon Valley to hide at the back. You want the Silver Dragon Valley to work for Lu Ming? Dream on. Yin Zheng sneered. He secretly instructed the Silver Dragon Valley's elders and disciples not to interfere in the battle later. All they needed to do was hide in the back. Boom! 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 The great sect protecting formation kept shaking. The great sect protecting formation formed by the joint forces of the 3 great sects was too powerful. The great sect protecting formation of the Divine Dragon Valley could not withstand it for long. Damn it! Lu Ming clenched his fists as he looked at the 3 sects that were attacking the Divine Dragon Valley. If he could, he would rather hand over Emperor Tsang's storage ring to end this battle. However, it was obvious that this battle was unavoidable even if he handed over Emperor Tsang's storage ring. Because the other party would want him to hand over Emperor Tsang's inheritance. They might even hand over other secrets to search his soul. A man's wealth is his own ruin by arousing the envy of others. It was all because he was too weak. If he had the strength to move unhindered in the Tsang region like Di Tsang, the heavenly gods sect and the other sects would not even dare to fart. They would only obediently crawl under his feet. Boom! Boom! The Divine Dragon Valley's sect protecting Grand Formation shook more and more violently. Bam! Bam! On some of the large snowy mountains in the Dragon God Valley, violent explosions rang out. That was because the formation foundation had suffered too much pressure and had exploded. Once some of the array foundations cracked, the power of the array would weaken even more. Crack! Crack! Some parts of the formation began to shatter. More and more cracks began to appear on the surface of the protective formation, and eventually, with a loud bang, the formation completely exploded. Kill! Kill! The elites of the three sects formed a formation and charged into the Divine Dragon Valley. The four absolute saints took the lead and charged in Lu Ming's direction. The Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley and the Ice Dragon Valley flew into the air and faced the four absolute saints head-on. The four elites flew into the sky and engaged in a fierce battle. The other elites of the three sects formed a formation. The giant demon god, the toad and the spear charged towards the people of the Divine Dragon Valley. Roar! Roar! Dragon roars sounded in the Divine Dragon Valley. The experts of the 7 valleys of the dragon god formed a grand formation. Instantly, an ice dragon, a purple dragon, and a blood dragon appeared. A total of 5 gigantic true dragons soared into the sky and charged towards the gigantic demonic god. Only the Silver Dragon Valley remained at the back and did not attack. As for the Cloud Dragon Valley, because there were too few people, it was difficult for them to form such a huge array. Boom! Boom! A terrifying collision occurred between the two sides. The terrifying wind caused the ground to crack open. The ice valley at the outermost part of the Dragon God Valley was directly shattered in this collision. Countless cavern dwellings were destroyed in the great battle. Luckily, many of the weaker disciples had retreated to the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley. Junior brother Lu Ming, let's back off. Yang Tianzong and the others appeared beside Lu Ming and retreated. It was difficult for them to intervene in such a battle. Lu Ming retreated with Yang Tianzong and the others, his eyes glinting. He was considering if he should use the reincarnation halberd. There were only 2 forces in the reincarnation halberd. If he used one, he would have one less. It was very precious. Lu Ming didn't want to use it unless he had no other choice. But it seemed that he had to use it now. Formation, rise! An elder shouted in the Divine Dragon Valley. He was a great St. Peak Realm elite and he was in charge of the battle. The valleys and snowy mountains in the Divine Dragon Valley shone brightly. Wind and snow gathered and formed a dozen snow dragons. They charged towards the formation of the 3 sections. This was the home field advantage. There were many offensive formations in the Divine Dragon Valley other than the sect protection formation. The offensive Grand Formation combined with the Grand Formation of the 5 Dragon Valleys of Dragon God Valley. For a moment, the two sides were locked in battle. But it was obvious that the Divine Dragon Valley was at a disadvantage. After all, the 3 sects were all elites. The formations of the 3 sects were extremely powerful. The Divine Dragon Valley was only a sect. Even though they had the home field advantage, they were still at a disadvantage. The true dragons formed by the formation kept retreating. In the sky, the Cloud Dragon Valley Master and the Ice Dragon Valley Master fought against the 4 absolute saints. They were also at a disadvantage. The situation was getting worse for the Divine Dragon Valley. The reincarnation halberd appeared in Lu Ming's hand. The 2 forces in the reincarnation halberd were precious, but he had to use them now. But then, an earth-shattering dragon roar came from the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley. This dragon roar pierced through the clouds and spread for hundreds of thousands of miles. It was like the roar of an ancient divine dragon, and it was extremely terrifying. Everyone from the 3 sects was shocked and looked towards the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley. Roar! Another dragon's roar rang out, and a massive true dragon charged out of the boundless great snow mountain. Its body was snow-white and translucent, and it was 10,000 meters long. Its claws stepped on the air, and it instantly appeared on the battlefield. Ice Dragon Ancestor. It's Ice Dragon Ancestor. The disciples of the Divine Dragon Valley cheered. Lu Ming, Yang Tianzong, Tian Shui, and the others were also dumbfounded. Legend had it that there was an ice dragon in the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley. It had lived for a long time and was the guardian beast of the Divine Dragon Valley. The snow in the Divine Dragon Valley was also because of this ice dragon. They didn't expect it to be true. Intruder, get lost! Ice Dragon Ancestor roared. His huge body became bigger again. He reached out his claw and grabbed at the huge demon god formed by the Sky Universe Demon Sect. Boom! The huge demon god was pushed back by the ice dragon's claw and a huge hole appeared in its chest. Then, the divine dragon swung its tail, sweeping the huge spear away. The experts who formed the formation seemed to be under a terrifying pressure. Their faces were pale, and they almost coughed up blood. The ice dragon roared and spat out a terrifying cold current. It froze the laughing toad and made the experts of the Desire Poison sect vomit blood. Ice Dragon Ancestor was too powerful. He suppressed the formation of the three sections. Then, the ice dragon took another step and clawed at the toad. The toad exploded and the experts of the Desire Poison sect retreated. They were seriously injured. Retreat, retreat! The people of the Sky God sect and Sky Universe Demon sect retreated quickly. They didn't dare to fight. Chapter 1721. Ice Dragon charged toward the Absolute Saints. Before it even reached them, two ice blades shot out of its horns and slashed toward the Celestial God Sect Master. That old ice dragon from Dragon God Valley is still alive. The Celestial God Sect Master yelled. His expression was grave. Saint Light spread out, and he slashed out two Saint Light swords to block the two ice blades. Even if you die, I won't die. Ice Dragon roared and approached quickly. Its claws reached toward the Celestial God Sect Master and the Sky Universe Demon Sect Master. Terrifying whistling sounds came from the sky. Wherever the dragon claws passed, the space seemed to be frozen. The Celestial God Sect Master and the Sky Universe Demon Sect Master didn't dare to be careless. They used their theurgies to fight against Ice Dragon, but the result was that they kept retreating. Their bodies were covered in a layer of ice, and they were almost frozen. Ice Dragon Kingdom. The ice on Ice Dragon Ancestor grew stronger and stronger. In the end, it seemed to have turned into a kingdom. Countless ice dragons appeared in the kingdom, roaring and pouncing toward the two Celestial God Sect Masters. The two Celestial God Sect Masters unleashed all their power, but they were still suppressed by Ice Dragon Ancestor. On the other side, the Poison Sect Master and the other Absolute Saint from the Celestial God Sect were no match for Cloud Dragon Valley Master and Ice Dragon Valley Master. They were at a disadvantage. In the sky, the Absolute Saints were fighting fiercely. After a dozen moves, the Celestial God Sect Master and the Sky Universe Demon Sect Master coughed up blood and retreated. They were injured by Ice Dragon Ancestor. Retreat! Retreat! The Celestial God Sect Master and the others yelled and started retreating. If the battle continued, it wouldn't be good for them. Valley Lord Cloud Dragon was able to fight against two Absolute Saints. Ice Dragon Ancestor was even stronger than Valley Lord Cloud Dragon. They were no match for him at all. If they kept fighting, they might die. They retreated as they fought. All the disciples and elders of the three sects retreated as well. Bang! Bang! Ice Dragon stepped in the sky and chased after the Celestial God Sect Master and the Sky Universe Demon Sect Master. With each step, terrifying ice crashed toward the two like meteors. Pooh! Pooh! The two tried their best to block it, but they still coughed up blood and turned pale. Dragon God Valley, you guys are going against the entire world. Let's see how long you can protect Lu Ming. The leader of the Sky Universe Demon Sect let out a long howl. Her hair was disheveled and she looked like a crazy woman. A terrifying demonic light erupted from her body, and in the end, she continuously self-detonated. Several great saint weapons rushed out of Ancestor Ice Dragon's attack range, flying into the distance. The Celestial Divine Sect Master followed closely behind her, and the two of them disappeared into the distance in an instant. The other experts also flew away quickly. In the blink of an eye, they had disappeared from the area of influence. The overlords of the Dragon God Valley didn't give chase. It was best not to pursue a cornered enemy. If the other party went berserk and fought back desperately, they would also be injured. The disciples of the Divine Dragon Valley heaved a sigh of relief after the three major sects left. The Heavenly God sect and the other two sects were extremely powerful among the many forces in the Tsang state. None of them were weaker than the Divine Dragon Valley. The Divine Dragon Valley was no match for the three sects together. This time, if not for the appearance of the legendary Ice Dragon Ancestor, they would truly be in danger. All disciples, clean up the battlefield and defend. The Ice Dragon Valley Master ordered as he looked coldly at the people of the Silver Dragon Valley who were hiding at the back. This Lu Ming is really lucky. He's fine. The Silver Dragon Valley Master did not see the Ice Dragon Valley Master's gaze. His gaze swept towards Lu Ming, and a cold light flashed continuously. Greetings, Ice Dragon Ancestor. At this time, the Ice Dragon Valley Master, the Cloud Dragon Valley Master and the others bowed to Ice Dragon Ancestor. Ice Dragon Ancestor twisted his body and turned into a burly old man. He waved his hand and said, "Forget it." Then, he looked at Lu Ming and took a step forward. He appeared in front of Lu Ming and looked at Lu Ming curiously. Junior Lu Ming greets Ice Dragon Ancestor. Lu Ming bowed to Ice Dragon Ancestor. You're not bad. Come with me." After saying that, he didn't say anything and walked towards the snowy mountain in the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley. Lu Ming was stunned. Why was Ice Dragon Ancestor looking for him? Go. The voice of the Cloud Dragon Valley Master sounded in Lu Ming's ears. Lu Ming nodded and followed Ice Dragon Ancestor. The two of them, one in front and one behind, headed towards the depths of the snowy mountain. In the depths of the Divine Dragon Valley, there were endless snowy mountains. The two of them crossed dozens of snowy mountains. Finally, Ice Dragon Ancestor stopped at a random snowy mountain. Lu Ming landed beside Ice Dragon Ancestor and did not speak. "Your spirit body should be the Nine Dragons' war body, right?" Ice Dragon Ancestor said. The Nine Dragons' war body was the Dragon God war body. That's right. The bloodline that I awakened back then was the Nine Dragons' bloodline. Lu Ming nodded. The Nine Dragons' bloodline should be able to evolve continuously and finally reach the superior heaven spirit body. I see that your body is strong and will evolve soon. I will give you 3 drops of blood essence to help you. After Ice Dragon Ancestor finished speaking, a jade bottle appeared in his hand and handed it to Lu Ming. Lu Ming subconsciously took it and opened it. He found that there were 3 drops of blood essence in the jade bottle. They were like bright blood diamonds, emitting a terrifying dragon aura. On the surface of the 3 drops of blood essence, there was even a small dragon flying around. Lu Ming's eyes were filled with shock because he felt the aura of a saint from the 3 drops of blood essence. These were 3 drops of blood essence of a saint true dragon. The essence of a true dragon's blood essence was definitely more powerful than that of the Dragon Valley. These 3 drops of blood essence were invaluable. Thank you, Senior, for your generous gift. Lu Ming sincerely thanked him. You're welcome. I got these 3 drops of blood essence by accident. They are of no use to me. You can use them. Well, take care of Xuanixin in the future. Ice Dragon Ancestor said. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that the relationship between Ice Dragon Ancestor and Xuanixin was not simple. An ice dragon and a snow dragon. Ancestor. At this time, Lu Ming opened his mouth and a storage ring appeared in Lu Ming's hand. He said, Ancestor, today's battle is all because of me. This storage ring is the storage ring of Emperor Tsang. Now, I'll give it to you. You can distribute it to everyone in the Dragon God Valley. This battle was all because of him, and Lu Ming felt that this matter would not end so easily. Lu Ming couldn't bear to implicate the entire Dragon God Valley. He couldn't open the storage ring of Emperor Tsang anyway, so he might as well contribute it to increase the strength of the Dragon God Valley. Emperor Tsang's ring. You can keep it. This is your own opportunity. My Divine Dragon Valley will not take away any disciple's opportunity. Taking away a disciple's opportunity is the same as taking away his potential. How can a peerless expert be born then? Ice Dragon Ancestor waved his hand and said, but there is Emperor Tsang's mark on this ring. I'm afraid even if I take action, I won't be able to break the mark on it in a short period of time. You can keep it first and rely on yourself to break it in the future. Since Ice Dragon Ancestor said so, Lu Ming did not say anything and kept the storage ring of Emperor Tsang. Go, little guy. I look forward to your growth. Ice Dragon Ancestor waved his hand. Chapter 1722. Lu Ming returned to the Cloud Dragon Valley and entered the mountain river diagram to cultivate in seclusion. He planned to refine the 3 drops of true dragon blood essence. Now, the key was to continuously improve his strength. If Lu Ming's spirit body could evolve again, his strength would definitely skyrocket. Lu Ming sat cross-legged and took out a drop of true dragon blood essence. The powerful absolute saint aura on the blood essence pricked Lu Ming's skin. Devour. Lu Ming unleashed his devouring power and enveloped the drop of blood essence. He began to devour the spiritual essence in the blood essence and fuse it with his body. 3 days later, the drop of blood essence was completely refined. Lu Ming took out another drop. Just like that, 9 days later, the 3 drops of blood essence were completely refined. The energy fused with Lu Ming's body. Lu Ming's accumulation had reached the limit. Roar! A dragon's roar shook the 9 heavens. Above Lu Ming's head, a huge 9 dragons appeared in the sky. They circled in the sky and constantly roared. At this moment, Lu Ming's body was emitting a bright light. His muscles were wriggling as if there were small dragons swimming in his body. Lu Ming's body was undergoing a transformation. His bones were constantly strengthening. They were hundreds or thousands of times harder than diamond. His muscles were full of elasticity. Once they exploded, they had an earth-shattering power. His blood was filled with a powerful life force that was incomparably vigorous. Lu Ming's body became stronger and stronger. It was like the body of a divine dragon. His every move was indestructible. After a while, the 9 dragons in the sky rushed into Lu Ming's body and disappeared. Lu Ming opened his eyes. I've successfully evolved. Mid-level heaven spiritual body. Lu Ming smiled. Mid-level heaven spiritual body. Moreover, Lu Ming's body had refined a trace of chaotic qi. The strength of his spirit body was actually not weaker than a superior level heaven spiritual body. The evolution of his spirit body caused Lu Ming's battle prowess to skyrocket. Now, if he were to face an expert like Imo Kong again, he would be able to defeat his divine ability with a single move and beat him to death with a single punch. With a thought, Lu Ming walked out of the mountain and river diagram. After 10 days of seclusion, Lu Ming wanted to inquire about the current situation in Tsang province. Sure enough, he found out an important piece of information after asking around. The 3 major sects, the Celestial God sect, the Heavenly Universe Demons sect, and the Poison Desire sect, announced to the world that they would be inviting the other forces in the Tsang state to a meeting at the Heavenly Universe Demons sect in a month's time. They would form an alliance to annihilate the Divine Dragon Valley and force Lu Ming to hand over Emperor Tsang's legacy and treasures. When this news came out, the entire Tsang state was shaken. All of a sudden, the winds and clouds in Tsang state changed. It felt like a storm was about to come. Some of the big and small forces in the Tsang state maintained a neutral attitude and watched from the sidelines. It was said that some forces had already begun their journey to the Sky Universe Demon sect. Alliance. Lu Ming's gaze was very cold. What a ruthless method. They wanted to unite the many powerful forces in the Tsang state to destroy the Dragon God Valley. As for why they were at the Heavenly Universe Demons sect, it was because the Heavenly Universe Demons sect was the closest to the Dragon God Valley. Once they took action, they would be able to reach the Dragon God Valley quickly. In the Dragon God Valley, everyone was in a state of panic. Yin Zheng even secretly sent people to sow discord. For a time, the Dragon God Valley was surging with emotions. The voices of people wanting to hand over Lu Ming became louder and louder. If not for the Ice Dragon Valley Master suppressing them and the Ice Dragon Ancestor personally coming out, the situation would have been better. 1 month later, Lu Ming clenched his fists tightly and then returned to his cave residence to continue his seclusion. It's time to cultivate the chaotic tribulation finger. Lu Ming planned to start cultivating the divine ability technique. Now, his law of primal chaos had a corresponding divine ability technique that he could cultivate. However, there was no corresponding divine ability technique for the law of array Dao, so he could only look for it in the future. Lu Ming sat cross-legged under the Enlightenment Ancient Tree and quietly comprehended the chaotic tribulation finger. The difficulty of cultivating the divine ability technique was shockingly high. This could be seen from the fact that most bright saints in the Tsang state had not succeeded in cultivating it. In the Tsang state, only great saint-level figures could successfully cultivate it. Moreover, the power of the divine ability technique differed greatly depending on the level of mastery. Previously, Mo Kong's divine ability technique had only reached 10% mastery. He had just started cultivating it. Of course, every 10% or even 5% mastery of the divine ability technique would have a huge difference in power. For example, 20% mastery would be several times stronger than 10% mastery. If one cultivated it to 100% mastery, the power would be earth-shattering. However, many absolute saints couldn't cultivate a single theurgy to full mastery. This was because cultivating a divine ability was also a process of comprehending the laws. Divine abilities and laws were complementary to each other. When cultivating a divine ability, it could increase one's comprehension of the laws. The stronger one's comprehension of the laws, the stronger the divine ability technique would be. Cultivating a divine ability could greatly increase one's comprehension of the laws. If one could cultivate a divine ability to 100% mastery, it would mean that one had comprehended the law to the pinnacle and completely grasped the law. This way, one could use a complete law as a foundation to evolve a small world and break through to the martial emperor realm. This showed how difficult it was to cultivate a divine ability to 100% mastery. Time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, more than 20 days had passed. The day of the Heavenly God Sect's alliance was getting closer and closer. Sigh, I still haven't succeeded. Lu Ming sighed under the Enlightenment Ancient Tree. After cultivating for more than 20 days, he still had not succeeded in cultivating the chaotic calamity finger. He had not even reached the entry level. The divine ability technique was indeed difficult to cultivate. Moreover, it was a divine ability technique that used the law of chaos as its foundation. It was even more difficult to cultivate. Of course, once it was cultivated successfully, its power would definitely be shocking. I'm still too impatient. The harder it is to succeed, the harder it is to succeed. I'd better relax. Lu Ming exhaled a mouthful of turbid air and came out of the mountain and river diagram. He planned to go out for a walk or give Xiang Xiang some pointers in her cultivation. Lu Ming strolled in the Cloud Dragon Valley. As the cold wind blew, Lu Ming's anxious mood slowly calmed down. However, at this moment, Lu Ming's expression changed. He took out a voice transmission jade talisman. At first glance, he saw that it was a message from Qiu Yingying. She sounded very anxious, as if something big had happened. Lu Ming took a step forward and walked toward the entrance of the Cloud Dragon Valley. Sure enough, at the entrance of the Cloud Dragon Valley, he saw Qiu Yingying anxiously pacing back and forth. Yingying, what happened? Lu Ming asked directly. Lu Ming, please save my brother. As soon as she saw Lu Ming, tears welled up in Qiu Yingying's eyes as if she was about to cry out. Brother Qiu, what's wrong? Lu Ming asked. My brother is now in the Sunset Mountains. He's being hunted down by Mo Yang of the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect. Qiu Yingying said anxiously. The Sunset Mountains? Hunted down by Mo Yang? Let's go. We'll talk as we go. Lu Ming waved his hand, and his saint power enveloped Qiu Yingying. He took her into the air and flew out of the Dragon God Valley. The Sunset Mountains were located between the Dragon God Valley and the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect. However, it was closer to the Dragon God Valley. Lu Ming flew toward the Sunset Mountains at top speed. Chapter 1723. It turned out that Qiu Hao had met and fallen in love with a female disciple from the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect. However, Mo Yang had found out about this for some reason. Mo Yang was so angry that he wanted to kill Qiu Hao and the female disciple. Qiu Hao and the female disciple from the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect reacted quickly. Qiu Hao took the other person and fled to Dragon God Valley, but they were chased by Mo Yang. Not long ago, they fled into the Sunset Mountains and sent a voice transmission to Qiu Yingying for help. With Qiu Yingying's status in Dragon God Valley, how could she find a strong master? Mo Yang was in the third stage of the half-saint realm at the last treasure sorting convention, and he must have brought a master with him to chase after them. If she wanted to ask for help, she would have to at least ask for the help of a saint. Qiu Yingying could not ask for help from a saint, so she could only think of Lu Ming. In a panic, she went to find Lu Ming. Lu Ming's current speed was astonishing. Together with Qiu Yingying, he streaked across the sky like a beam of light and headed toward the Luoxia mountain range. Within a few hours, they were near the Luoxia mountain range. According to Qiu Yingying, her and Qiu Hao's parents had made life talismans for them since they were young. The two of them could sense each other's presence within a certain range with the life talismans. This was also so that the siblings could take care of each other when they were outside. At this moment, within a valley in the Sunset Mountain Range, Qiu Hao and a beautiful young woman held hands as they looked into the sky with extremely unsightly expressions. In the sky, three figures stood in the air, looking at the two of them with cold faces. The person in the lead was Mo Yang. Behind Mo Yang, there were two old men with strong auras and holy auras. They were two Saint Realm Masters. Senior brother Mo Yang, Qiu Hao and I are truly in love. Please let us go. The young woman begged. Shut up, you bitch. You usually reject so many of the demon sect's brothers who are pursuing you. Instead, you chose to be with this trash from Dragon God Valley. You are simply courting death. Mo Yang scolded her coldly. Senior brother Mo Yang, when Qiu Hao and I met, there was no conflict between the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect and Dragon God Valley. The young woman explained. Shut up. You and Xian Yanqing are the same. Both of you should die. Mo Yang's face turned even colder, especially when Xian Yanqing was mentioned. His eyes were filled with raging flames, which contained both anger and evil flames. You are not allowed to insult the Holy Maiden. The young woman said. As expected, you are worthy of being Xian Yanqing's servant girl. The two of you are exactly the same. Today, I will make you beg for death. Mo Yang stepped down from the sky, and his powerful aura pressed down on Qiu Hao and Yi Futian. Qiu Hao's body trembled as he spat out a mouthful of blood. What a piece of trash. I really don't understand why a slut like you would fall for such a piece of trash. Mo Yang looked at Qiu Hao with disdain, then reached out his hand to grab Qiu Hao. Qiu Hao, run. The young woman pushed Qiu Hao away, then unleashed her demonic powers and blasted a palm at Mo Yang. However, the disparity between her and Mo Yang was too great. As such, her palm power was directly crushed by Mo Yang's demonic claws. Jia, Mo Yang, let go of Jia. Qiu Hao roared, his eyes red as he charged at Mo Yang like a wild beast. Trash, you have a death wish. Mo Yang shouted coldly as his demonic aura converged and formed a demonic spear. It shot out like lightning and pierced Qiu Hao's chest, nailing him to the ground. Qiu Hao spat out a mouthful of blood. His cultivation was sealed by the demonic aura, and he could not move. Qiu Hao! The young woman called out softly. Slap! Mo Yang slapped the young woman in the face, and a palm print suddenly appeared on her face. The young woman's body struggled violently, and her curvaceous body kept twisting and turning. This situation made Mo Yang's eyes burn with passion. Rip! Mo Yang directly tore apart the young woman's clothes, revealing a large area of snow-white skin that was sparkling like jade. In particular, the pair of jade balls on her chest jumped out, causing some parts of Mo Yang's body to bulge. The demonic fire in his eyes burned even brighter as he stared at the young woman and said coldly, "You bitch. As Xian Yanqing's servant girl, you actually look a little like her. Although you're not as beautiful as that bitch, I can still play with you. Ha ha ha. You bastard, let her go. Let her go." Qiu Hao yelled, his eyes filled with hatred. He wanted nothing more than to grind Mo Yang's bones to dust. Whoosh! 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 Mo Yang waved his hand, and beams of demonic light pierced through Qiu Hao's limbs and nailed him to the ground. He then said coldly, "You piece of trash. How dare you seduce a disciple of my Sky Universe demon sect? Now, I'll let you watch as your beloved woman pleases me like a bitch." Ha ha ha. As Mo Yang spoke, he became even more excited. He stretched out his palm and touched the young woman. The two old men looked at all of this indifferently, as if they were already used to it. They were Mo Yang's confidants, and this was not the first time that Mo Yang had done something like this. "Qiu Hao, we'll meet again in the next life." The young woman looked at Qiu Hao sadly, and tears continued to flow down her face like pearls from a broken necklace. "Bitch, what are you doing?" Mo Yang also sensed that something was wrong and roared, but it was already too late. A layer of green gas appeared on the young woman's face and quickly spread throughout her body. In just a few breaths, the young woman's life force was completely extinguished. "Bitch, you hid a poisonous pill in your mouth." Mo Yang roared. The young woman had already hidden a poisonous pill in her mouth. At the critical moment, she bit through the poisonous pill. It was a terrifying poison, and in an instant, the young woman's life force was extinguished. Mo Yang was very upset. He had finally gotten into the mood, but it had been interrupted just like that. He casually flung the young woman's body to the side. "Jia jia!" Qiu Hao roared, and his eyes were bloodshot. "I'll leave this brat to you. Make him regret being born into this world." Mo Yang instructed an old man. "Yes, young master. Don't worry, he'll soon become a dog." An old man smiled eerily and strode towards Qiu Hao. However, at this moment, a terrifying sound of something breaking through the air was heard. A black bolt of lightning shot towards the old man at an astonishing speed. The old man's body instinctively trembled, and he wanted to dodge, but it was too late. Pft! A black spear pierced through the old man's dantian, and the old man slid on the ground for thousands of meters, leaving a deep gully in the ground. The old man's eyes widened as he stared at the sky in front of him. There, two young figures were walking through the air. One of the young men had long hair that was fluttering in the wind, and his body exuded a murderous aura. It was so terrifying that it made people feel as if they had fallen into winter. Lu Ming. The old man spat out these two words with difficulty. Then, his head tilted to the side, and he died. The two young men and woman were naturally Lu Ming and Qiu Yingying. "Big brother!" Qiu Yingying exclaimed when she saw Qiu Hao's miserable state. Tears welled up in her eyes. "Lu Ming, is that you?" Chapter 1724. Lu Ming's eyes were very cold, and a shocking murderous intent erupted from his body. With just a glance at the scene, he could guess what was going on. "Mo Yang, no one can save you today," Lu Ming said coldly as he stepped forward. "Stop him for me." Mo Yang roared and rushed forward like a bolt of lightning. The other old man would not be so stupid as to stop Lu Ming. Back then, outside of Dragon God Valley, Lu Ming had shown his terrifying combat strength, and the bright saint was invincible. If he went up against him, he would only be courting death. He moved his body and ran in another direction. Lu Ming would definitely chase after Mo Yang first. In that case, he would be able to escape. None of you can escape, Lu Ming said coldly as he clenched his fist into the void. A terrifying devouring power burst out. As his spiritual body evolved, his devouring power became stronger. The devouring power shrouded Mo Yang and the old man at the same time. Their bodies were affected by a terrifying gravitational force. Not only were they unable to fly forward, but they were also forced to retreat. Ah, how can this be? Fly, fly! Mo Yang roared. He was so scared that his liver and guts were about to burst. He desperately wanted to fly forward, but his body was retreating faster and faster. The old man was the same. With his cultivation of the Saint Realm, he could not even fly out. He was extremely shocked. Soon, the two of them retreated to a place not far from Lu Ming. Spare me, spare me. I didn't do anything. It was all Mo Yang's doing. The Saint Realm old man roared as he betrayed the other old man. You, Mo Yang glared at the old man. Accomplices to the evildoer, jackals of the same tribe. Die! Lu Ming waved his hand, and the Saint Realm was like a blade. It directly split the old man in half and destroyed his soul at the same time. A lower-level Bright Saint Realm saint had no power to fight back in the hands of Lu Ming. At this moment, Chiu Ying had already pulled out the sharp blade that was condensed by devil chi from Chiu Hao's body. Chiu Hao crawled to the young woman's side and hugged the young woman's body as if he had lost his mind. This made Lu Ming's eyes even colder. Cold murderous intent shrouded Mo Yang, and a look of horror appeared in Mo Yang's eyes. Tell me, how do you want to die? Finally, Lu Ming's gaze fell on Mo Yang. Lu Ming, you can't kill me. There are many great powers in the Empyrean Devil Sect Alliance. If you kill me, not only will you die, but all your friends and family will die as well. Mo Yang roared. Whoosh! Lu Ming flicked his finger, and a burst of saint power blasted into Mo Yang's crotch, blowing his dick into smithereens. Mo Yang let out a shrill scream as tears and snot flowed down his face. Even now, you're still threatening me? What a joke! Lu Ming said indifferently. Ah, Lu Ming, kill me if you can. Let me tell you, Xian Yanqing is also dead. You'll never get her. Do you really think she's in seclusion? Ha ha ha, you're too naive. Mo Yang laughed like a madman. He seemed to know that he couldn't live, so he simply threw caution to the wind. Lu Ming was shocked, and a terrifying light burst out from his eyes. He said, Tell me, what happened to Xiaoqing? What did you do to her? Ha ha ha, Lu Ming, I won't tell you. The next time you see her, she'll no longer be herself. She'll even kill you. Ha ha ha. Mo Yang laughed. Tell me, what happened? Lu Ming's voice became even colder. He had a bad feeling in his heart. He had always felt that something was wrong with Xian Yanqing. The first time he went to the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect, he was hunted down on the way back. The second time he went, he didn't even see Xian Yanqing's face. Lu Ming, kill me. Kill me. I won't tell you. Mo Yang laughed, completely throwing caution to the wind. Do you think that I can't do anything if you don't tell me? As long as I search your soul, I'll know. Lu Ming said coldly. He then moved and appeared in front of Mo Yang. He stretched out his hand and sealed Mo Yang's cultivation. No, no, Mo Yang was finally afraid, and he struggled desperately. However, with his cultivation sealed, how could he struggle? Lu Ming stretched out his finger and pointed at Mo Yang's glabella. Mo Yang's body suddenly stiffened, as if he had lost his mind. Lu Ming operated a secret technique, and his soul power penetrated Mo Yang's soul and began to search his soul. However, at that moment, a terrifying destructive power suddenly erupted near Mo Yang's soul. It wanted to destroy both Lu Ming and Mo Yang's soul. A seal has been placed on Mo Yang's soul. It seems that there is indeed a big secret. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. Obviously, someone was afraid that Mo Yang's soul would be searched and the secret would be revealed. Therefore, a seal had been placed around Mo Yang's soul. Once Mo Yang's soul was searched, the seal would be activated and destroy his soul. Once his soul was destroyed, Mo Yang would become an idiot and nothing would be found. It was very likely that the seal had been left behind by Mo Yang's master, the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect leader. Array Principle. Lu Ming growled and operated the law of Array Principle. Endless runes spread out and shrouded the destructive power, trying to seal it. However, the destructive power was very powerful, and it continued to destroy the runes that Lu Ming's law of Array Principle had turned into. If this continued, Lu Ming wouldn't be able to hold on for long. Bubble. Lu Ming called out, and the bubble appeared. He used the law of spacetime and penetrated Mo Yang's body, shrouding the destructive power and temporarily blocking it. I have to speed up. Lu Ming performed the soul-searching technique, and suddenly, vivid images appeared before Lu Ming's eyes. Suddenly, one of the images caught Lu Ming's attention. Lu Ming seemed to have transformed into Mo Yang's vision as he followed a beautiful middle-aged woman down a passage. The beautiful middle-aged woman was the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect leader. After walking through the deep passage, they came to an underground cavern. In the underground cavern, there was a beautiful woman sitting cross-legged, motionless, and shrouded in demonic aura. Xiao Qing. Lu Ming was shocked. The beautiful woman was Xian Yanqing. Huff, in this underground cavern, there was a blood-red mist permeating the air. At this moment, the blood-red mist gathered together to form a huge face. It looked like a very old woman. Have you brought the materials? The huge face asked, her voice echoing in the underground cavern. Yes. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect took out a jade bottle and several figures flew out from it. Lu Ming was shocked. Those figures were clearly the souls of Saint Stage powerhouses. The giant face opened its mouth and sucked in the souls, revealing an expression of enjoyment. Then, it opened its mouth and said in a sharp voice, "Not enough, still lacking a bit. Hurry up and find me more souls. Once I recover a certain amount of soul power, I can borrow this little girl's body to be reborn." Chapter 1725. The giant face let out a shrill laugh and kept twisting. It was very strange. Lu Ming could clearly feel that Mo Yang's body was trembling slightly, as if he was very afraid. "Blood Demon King, don't forget what you promised me," the Sky Universe Demon King said. "Don't worry, when the evil spirit sect rises again, there will be a way for you to step into the martial emperor realm." The giant face laughed. Rumble. A thunderous voice sounded in Lu Ming's mind. At this point, how could he not understand what was going on? There was actually an evil spirit sect king hidden in the depths of the Sky Universe Demon Sect. She seemed to want to use Xian Yanqing's body to be reborn. In other words, she wanted to possess Xian Yanqing. Endless anger surged in Lu Ming's heart. Saying that Xian Yanqing was in seclusion was all bullshit. It was all a lie. Damn it! Lu Ming roared in his heart. He slowly forced himself to calm down and continued watching. Next, he saw several scenes in succession. Suddenly, many people who did not look like they were from the Sky Universe Demon Sect appeared in one of the scenes. The Intentionless Saber Sect. They are from the Intentionless Saber Sect. After taking a closer look, Lu Ming realized that these were actually from the Intentionless Saber Sect. The Intentionless Saber Sect was hidden in the Sky Universe Demon Sect. There was no doubt that the Sky Universe Demon Sect had also sided with the Evil Spirit Sect. TSK, 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 at this point, the destructive power was getting more and more violent. It directly broke through the barrier of the array laws. Even the space-time laws could not stop it and were slowly broken through. A wisp of Lu Ming's soul directly withdrew from Emo Yang's soul. Then, the destructive power drowned Emo Yang's soul. Ah! Emo Yang hugged his head and screamed crazily. He seemed to be in extreme pain as he struggled wildly on the ground. After a while, Emo Yang stopped struggling and fainted. Obviously, Emo Yang's soul had been destroyed. Even if he woke up, he would be an idiot. Xiao Qing. Lu Ming clenched his fists, and a shocking murderous intent burst out from his eyes. According to the contents of the soul search, Xian Yanqing should still be fine. He should not have been possessed yet. But the situation was constantly changing and no one knew what would happen in the next moment. Every day that Xian Yanqing remained in the Heavenly Universe Demon sect was another day of danger. He had to rescue Xian Yanqing. It seemed like he had to take a trip to the Sky Universe Devil sect. His own cultivation was definitely not enough, but he had the reincarnation halberd, so he might have a chance. Taking a deep breath, Lu Ming calmed himself down and walked over to Qiu Yingying and Qiu Hao. Qiu Hao was still hugging the young woman's corpse as though he had lost his mind. Sigh. Lu Ming let out a long sigh. Unfortunately, they were a step too late. Otherwise, such a thing would not have happened. Yingying, let's bring your big brother back to Dragon God Valley. Lu Ming said. Yes. Qiu Yingying nodded, and then she said softly, Big brother, let's return to Dragon God Valley first. Miss Jejia has passed away, and we have to bury her in peace. That's right, brother Qiu. You have to pull yourself together. Lu Ming said. Qiu Hao nodded in a daze. He carried the young woman's corpse and stood up. Although he had been severely injured, it was not fatal. His martial emperor's spiritual body was powerful and had great recovery ability. He was able to move now. Thank you, brother Lu. Qiu Hao glanced at Lu Ming, then carried the young woman's corpse and walked forward. None of you can leave. At that moment, a voice came from afar. Rumble. A terrifying sound of something breaking through the air could be heard. A silver light streaked across the sky and approached them at a terrifying speed. Before the sound had died down, the silver light had already arrived. The silver light dispersed and a figure appeared. Yin Zhang. Lu Ming's eyes narrowed as he narrowed his eyes. The person who had come was the Silver Dragon Valley Master, Yin Zheng. Yin Zheng, you're following me. Lu Ming said coldly. Humph, I've only sent someone to keep an eye on you. Yin Zheng said coldly. He scanned the crowd and his gaze landed on Lu Ming. Lu Ming, hand over the succession and treasures of Monarch Song. Yin Zheng, you're following me without my permission. Aren't you afraid that my master will find out that you're asking me to hand over the succession and treasures of Monarch Song? Lu Ming said. The Silver Dragon Valley Master let out a hollow laugh. Or are you going to kill us after I hand over the succession and treasures of Monarch Song? Lu Ming said. You don't have a choice today. Yin Zheng said coldly. Is that so? I choose not to tell you. Lu Ming said. If you don't tell me, both of you will die. I'll torture these two in front of you so that they won't be able to die. If you don't tell me, I'll have to learn from you and search your soul. The Silver Dragon Valley Master said. Lu Ming's expression darkened. Yin Zheng, as the Valley Master, how can you treat the disciples of Divine Dragon Valley like this? How despicable. Lu Ming said. Cut the crap. Hand it over. Yin Zheng shouted. Greed flashed in his eyes. At that moment, Lu Ming waved his hand. A white light flashed and took Qiu Yingying and Qiu Hao into the mountain river diagram. Then, Lu Ming used the Gale Thunder steps and dashed out like a bolt of lightning. Don't think you can leave. There was a flash of silver light on Yin Zheng's body. He flew out like a silver dragon and caught up with Lu Ming in an instant. He threw a punch and a silver dragon flew out, pouncing toward Lu Ming. Its power was extremely terrifying. Buzz! On Lu Ming's shoulder, Bubble opened a space-time passage and Lu Ming stepped into it. The law of space-time. Break it. Silver Zheng was startled at first. Then, with a loud roar, he pushed out his palms with a force that could topple mountains and overturn seas. A huge silver dragon flew out, baring its fangs and brandishing its claws. The dragon's claws grabbed the space-time tunnel. The space-time passageway emitted a terrifying vibration and then exploded with a bang. Lu Ming had not traveled far when he was directly shaken out of the space-time passageway. Yin Zheng was too powerful. He was an elite even among the supreme saints. Bubble hadn't become a saint yet. Although the law of space was profound, it was too weak compared to Yin Zheng. Yin Zheng destroyed the space-time passage in an instant. Is this the legendary space-time spirit mouse? Lu Ming, you're really lucky. No, I should say that I'm the lucky one because everything will be mine soon. Yin Zheng laughed proudly. Master, Valley Master. Lu Ming suddenly looked behind Yin Zheng and bowed slightly. Ha ha ha, Lu Ming, do you think I'll fall for such a cheap trick? Yin Zheng sneered. Lu Ming wanted to distract him and escape. How was that possible? Now, hurry up and hand over Emperor Tsong's inheritance and treasures. Otherwise, you'll die miserably. You should know that whether you hand them over or not, you're going to die today. If you hand them over, I'll make sure you suffer less. Yin Zheng continued. I think you're the one who's going to die. A cold voice sounded. It didn't come from Lu Ming, but from behind Yin Zheng. Chapter 1726. Yin Zheng's body stiffened and his face turned pale. His eyes were filled with disbelief as he slowly turned around. Not far away, there were two old men looking at Yin Zheng coldly. Yin Zheng's face instantly turned pale. The two old men were Cloud Dragon Valley Master and Ice Dragon Valley Master. Yin Zheng, I'm disappointed in you. Ice Dragon Valley Master sighed. What's there to say to him? If I don't kill him today, there will be endless trouble. Cloud Dragon Valley Master no longer had a gentle smile on his face but a cold murderous intent. Clang! The Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley stepped out with a sword hum. A terrifying sword aura pressed down on Yin Zheng. Yin Zheng, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? I'm Silver Dragon Valley Master and my status is on par with yours. You have no right to kill me. Yin Zheng shouted. Ridiculous. Cloud Dragon Valley Master's voice was cold as he slashed out with his sword. The vast sword aura made Yin Zheng's face turn pale. He gritted his teeth and charged towards Lu Ming, wanting to use Lu Ming as a hostage. However, the Valley Master of the Cloud Dragon Valley would not let him have his way. He changed his sword stance and slashed at the spot between Yin Zheng and Lu Ming. The terrifying sword power sent Yin Zheng flying while Lu Ming was unscathed. Swoosh! Cloud Dragon Valley Master took a step forward and appeared in front of Lu Ming, slashing out with his sword again. Poof! Blood splattered everywhere and Yin Zheng was almost slashed into two. A terrifying wound appeared on his body and he vomited blood. His face was filled with fear. Valley Master, save me! Save me! I'm Silver Dragon Valley Master and I've done my best for Divine Dragon Valley. I've done so much for Divine Dragon Valley over the years. You can't just watch me get killed. Yin Zheng shouted and begged Ice Dragon Valley Master. Yin Zheng, all these years, I've never seen you do your best. You're too selfish and only care about yourself. Everything you do is for your disciples, your descendants, and yourself. You've even abused your power to steal the opportunities of other Valley's disciples. The other Valley Masters have already mentioned this to me many times. I've also given you many chances, but you don't repent. Ice Dragon Valley Master sighed. No, there's absolutely no such thing. Slander, pure slander. Yin Zheng shouted and quickly denied it. Slander? Then why did you ask the Silver Dragon Valley to hide at the back during the battle with the three sects? Ice Dragon Valley Master continued. It's not worth it. For a mere Lu Ming, an ant from a barren island, is it worth it? Is it worth it to fight to the death for him? Who does he think he is? My attitude has always been to hand him over to ease our relationship with the Heavenly God sect. Also, the reason why I asked Lu Ming to hand over Emperor Tsong's inheritance and treasures is also because of this. I didn't do it for myself, I wanted to give it to the other sects to appease their anger. Only then can we protect Dragon God Valley. Valley Master, everything I did was for Dragon God Valley, heaven and earth can be my witness. Yin Jing quibbled. He was just short of tears. He immediately cleared his name and claimed that everything he had done was for the sake of the Dragon God Valley. Lu Ming sneered. This old man was indeed more cunning than a fox. This, Ice Dragon Valley Master muttered. Seeing Ice Dragon Valley Master's hesitation, Silver Dragon Valley Master was overjoyed. He thought that there was hope and was about to say something. Pucci. A long sword pierced through his dantian from behind, shattering his saint heart into pieces. Yin Zheng let out a shrill cry and turned around crazily, looking at Cloud Dragon Valley Master in disbelief. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master had actually made a move and destroyed his saint heart with a single move. Once his saint heart was destroyed, he would be a cripple. Even if he didn't die, it would be worse than death. Yin Zheng's eyes almost popped out. He was extremely indignant. He had already persuaded Ice Dragon Valley Master, but he didn't expect Cloud Dragon Valley Master to act so unreasonably. So much nonsense. If I say I'll kill you, then I'll kill you. Cloud Dragon Valley Master said coldly. He waved his hand and a sword aura burst out. Yin Zheng's body turned into ashes under the sword chi. You actually believed his clumsy nonsense? Cloud Dragon Valley Master waved his hand, and the long sword flew back to his hand. He looked at Ice Dragon Valley Master unhappily. I don't believe his words. We've been brothers for so many years, so I can't bear to see him like this. Ice Dragon Valley Master laughed bitterly. Valley Master, why are you here? Lu Ming cupped his fist and asked curiously. Yin Zheng is so sneaky. He must be up to no good. Senior brother and I were about to go out. When we saw Yin Zheng going out, we followed him. We didn't expect him to have designs on you. He's really courting death. We didn't have a reason to kill him, but now we can kill him. Cloud Dragon Valley Master said. Lu Ming nodded and asked, Master, you said you were going out. What are you going to do? Aren't the Celestial Gods sect and the other sects forming an alliance with the Heavenly Universe Demons sect? We should go and join in the fun. We can't just sit around and wait for death. Cloud Dragon Valley Master said. Heavenly Universe Demons sect. Lu Ming raised his eyebrows and said, Master, Valley Master, I searched Mo Yang's soul and found a big secret. Then, Lu Ming told them about the Blood Demon King and the Intentionless Saber sect. What? The Heavenly Universe Demons sect has also sided with the Evil Spirit sect. They even hid a Guardian King and people from the Intentionless Saber sect. Ice Dragon Valley Master was shocked. Haha, that's great. We can use this to break their alliance. Cloud Dragon Valley Master's eyes lit up, and he laughed. Ming, you return to Dragon God Valley first. We'll set off for the Heavenly Universe Demons sect. Cloud Dragon Valley Master continued. Master, I want all of you to go together. Lu Ming said. No, it's too dangerous for you to go. The Heavenly Universe Demons sect is full of experts now. Once the battle starts, I won't be able to protect you. Cloud Dragon Valley Master waved his hand and refused. Master, I've obtained a treasure in the 100 Clan battlefield. It's enough to protect myself. Moreover, I have a plan. If it's carried out smoothly, it can break up the other party's alliance. Lu Ming said. He then explained his plan. Can you really protect yourself? Cloud Dragon Valley Master asked again. When he received an affirmative answer from Lu Ming, Cloud Dragon Valley Master nodded and said, All right, then we'll carry out your plan. Master, please wait for a while. I have to send Yingying and the others back to Dragon God Valley first. Lu Ming said. We'll bring you back with us. Cloud Dragon Valley Master said. Lu Ming nodded and then put Mo Yang into the mountain river diagram. Mo Yang would be indispensable in the future plan. As for the corpses of the two saints, Lu Ming burned them to ashes. Then, Cloud Dragon Valley Master and Ice Dragon Valley Master took Lu Ming back to Dragon God Valley. After releasing Qiu Yingying and her sister, Cloud Dragon Valley Master and Ice Dragon Valley Master took Lu Ming back to the Heavenly Universe Demon Sect. Master, Valley Master, it's just the three of us. I'm afraid we don't have enough manpower. Lu Ming said. Of course, the three of us aren't enough. There are others. I'll take you to see them later. Chapter 1727. On a tall and handsome mountain peak, Lu Ming saw three figures standing in the wind. Patriarch Ice Dragon, the Life and Death Sword Sect Master, and the Demon Castle Lord. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. The Life and Death Sword Sect, Demon Castle, and Dragon God Valley had a good relationship, especially the Demon Castle. They had a close relationship with Patriarch Ice Dragon, so it wasn't surprising that the three sects stood together. In this way, there were 5 absolute saints, especially Patriarch Ice Dragon, the Cloud Dragon Valley Master, and the Life and Death Sword Sect Master. They were stronger than ordinary absolute saints. This was a terrifying force. Why did you bring this little guy here? The Demon Castle Lord's eyes were like 2 suns as he looked at Lu Ming. It's like this, the Ice Dragon Valley Master told Lu Ming what he had learned from Mo Yang's soul search. He also told him about Lu Ming's plan. So the Sky Universe Demon Sect is also a remnant of the Evil Spirit Sect. I've long guessed that there were other sects, but I didn't expect it to be the Sky Universe Demon Sect. The Demon Castle Lord's body emitted a golden light, and his voice was cold. This time, the truth will be revealed. Who knows, we might be able to find all the remnants of the Evil Spirit Sect. The Life and Death Sword Sect Master's voice was also cold. Then, everyone discussed the details and waited quietly. 3 days later, many sects would gather at the Sky Universe Demon Sect to form an alliance. The Sky Universe Demon Sect was very lively. This time, 6 of the 12 top sects of the Tsang State had gathered on the Demon Mountain of the Sky Universe Demon Sect. The Sky Universe Demon Sect, the Poison Sect, the Heavenly God Sect, the Demonic Moon Sect, the Blood Demon House, and the 9 Heaven Sword Sect. As for the Heavenly King Palace, the Linglong Palace, and the Puyuan family, they chose to be neutral. No one came. As for the Life and Death Sword Sect and the Demon Castle, needless to say, they would not come. The 6 top sects and dozens of other small and medium-sized forces. The Sky Universe Demon Sect was filled with people. On top of a majestic Devil Mountain, there was a huge palace. In front of the palace, there were many banquets. The experts of the 6 major sects, including the Sky Universe Devil Sect and the Heavenly God Sect, were all seated at the top. There were also some leaders of small and medium-sized forces seated at the top. The Sky Universe Demon Sect Master sat on the main seat. He looked around and said, "The purpose of this alliance is to destroy the Dragon God Valley. Do you have any suggestions? I feel that if we can force that Lu Ming to hand over Emperor Tsang's inheritance and treasures, there is no need for us to fight to the death with Dragon God Valley. Injuring 1,000 of the enemy, but losing 800 of our own. If we fight to the death with Dragon God Valley, our losses will not be small either." The leader of the Demonic Moon Sect said from the side. His words immediately gained the approval of some of the small and medium-sized forces. The purpose of their alliance this time was to obtain Emperor Tsang's inheritance and treasures, not to fight to the death with Dragon God Valley. You're wrong. With Lu Ming's current achievements, if he doesn't die, who can match him when he grows up? If Dragon God Valley was not destroyed, there would be endless troubles in the future. How could they not be destroyed? If we don't, we will be the ones in danger in the future. The leader of the Sky Universe Demon Sect said. The faces of the others changed. The leader of the Sky Universe Demon sect was not bad. Lu Ming's talent was too strong. If he grew up in the future and held a grudge, with the support of Dragon God Valley, no one would be able to match him. The sects that participated in this would be in danger. In my opinion, not only should Dragon God Valley be destroyed, but also the Life and Death Sword sect and the Demon Castle. This way, we can eliminate all future troubles. Moreover, we can divide the territories they occupy equally. That way, our sects will be more powerful. The leader of the Sky Universe Demon sect continued with a cold glint in his eyes. If they did not start a war, how could she get the souls of the Saint Realm experts for the Blood Demon King to absorb? How could they weaken the forces in Sung State? Therefore, killing Lu Ming was not the most important thing. The most important thing was to start a war. Just as the sects were discussing, Lu Ming came out of the Sky Universe Demon sect alone. He did not stop and walk toward the Sky Universe Demon sect. Who is it? Stop! Someone shouted. A few young guards of the Sky Universe Demon sect appeared. When they saw Lu Ming, their faces changed and they shouted, Lu Ming is here. Get lost! Lu Ming took a step forward. There was a roar in the sky and a few young mountain guardians vomited blood. Many figures flew out from the Sky Universe Demon sect. Some of them had powerful auras. They were saints. When they saw Lu Ming, their faces changed. Someone shouted, go and report to the sect leader. Kill! Lu Ming took a step forward and shouted. The divine sword art was unleashed and the few Sage Realm powerhouses screamed. Their souls were destroyed by Lu Ming's divine sword art and they died on the spot. Lu Ming exuded a cold murderous aura. Those below the Saint Realm turned pale and did not dare to stop Lu Ming. They all retreated. In the majestic hall, many experts were in the middle of a discussion. Suddenly, a few figures flew over in a hurry. The Sky Universe Demon sect leader's face darkened. He scolded, what's the hurry? Can't you see that I'm discussing something important with the sect leaders? An old man quickly said, Sect leader, Lu Ming is here. As soon as he said that, the hall fell silent. What? Lu Ming? How many of them are here? The Sky Universe Demon sect leader asked. Just one person, just Lu Ming. The old man replied. How dare he come here alone? Sect leader, I'll go out and capture Lu Ming. A great saint expert from the Sky Universe Demon sect said. Wait a minute, Lu Ming wouldn't come here alone. There must be a trap. Let's all go out and see what tricks he has up his sleeve. Everyone, what do you think? The Sky Universe Demon sect leader said. Alright, who cares what tricks he has up his sleeve? With so many of us here, he won't have a chance. Let's take down Lu Ming and force him to hand over Emperor Tsong's inheritance and treasures. Huh. Let's go. The experts from the various sects left the Demon Mountain one after another. Soon, they saw some of the Sky Universe Demon sect's disciples retreating while Lu Ming walked in the air alone. No one could stop him. This made the Sky Universe Demon sect leader's face turn gloomy. The Sky Universe Demon sect leader swept his gaze across the surroundings before it landed on Lu Ming. Lu Ming, who else came with you? Tell them to show themselves. If you want others to show themselves, we'll have to see if you have the ability to do so. Lu Ming spoke calmly. His posture was tall and straight, and his eyes were sparkling, revealing a strong fighting spirit. His meaning was self-evident. Arrogant. I was careless last time. This time, I'll take you down. A white-robed old man stepped out. It was the Sky God sex expert who fought with Lu Ming last time, Mo Kong. Senior Ma Kong, let me lend you a hand. A middle-aged man stepped out from the Sky Universe Demon sect, exuding a shocking aura. He was in the great circle of the Bright Saint Realm and was not any weaker than Mo Kong. After knowing Lu Ming's combat strength, those who dared to step out were mostly people who had cultivated divine abilities and were very confident in their own combat strength. Count me in. Chapter 1728. The three experts fanned out and surrounded Lu Ming. Lu Ming stood calmly in the void as if he did not see them. Little brat, surrender. Mo Kong said coldly. Nonsense. Old man, if you want to attack, then attack. Last time, you escaped with your life. This time, I'll take your life. Lu Ming said indifferently. Arrogant. Kill. Mo Kong shouted. Holy light burst forth, forming terrifying ribbons of holy light that enveloped Lu Ming. The ribbons formed a terrifying cutting force that cut at Lu Ming. Lu Ming stood there quietly and did not dodge. He allowed the ribbons of holy light to envelop him. When the ribbons of holy light enveloped him, he made his move. With a palm strike, the ribbons of holy light exploded. Lu Ming's figure was like lightning as he charged toward Mo Kong. Not good. Mo Kong's face changed drastically. He felt that Lu Ming's combat strength had increased again. But how could this be? How long had it been? Demonic flame saber. Poison dominates the world. At this time, the experts of the Sky Universe Demon Sect and the Desire Poison Sect attacked. Sure enough, the two of them had mastered supernatural powers. The moment they attacked, they used terrifying supernatural powers. The power of their supernatural powers was shocking. They could easily kill experts of the same level who did not know any supernatural powers. However, Lu Ming's expression was cold. He did not stop and struck out two palms in a row. Bang! Bang! Their supernatural powers were directly destroyed by Lu Ming. In an instant, Lu Ming appeared in front of Mo Kong. Mo Kong's body turned cold as he frantically retreated. However, a powerful devouring force enveloped him, causing his body to stagnate. Kill! Lu Ming rushed over and struck out with his palm. His palm was like a heavenly blade. Mo Kong's body was directly split in half and his soul was obliterated. Mo Kong was dead. Many people turned pale with fright. Mo Kong was an old monster who had cultivated for hundreds of thousands of years. His cultivation base had reached the great circle of the bright sage realm, and he had cultivated the divine art. His combat strength was definitely at the peak of the bright sage realm. However, in the hands of Lu Ming, he was easily crushed and killed. This kind of visual impact was really too strong. Whoosh! After Lu Ming killed Mo Kong, his figure did not stop as he rushed towards the other two. 9 sealed doors suddenly appeared in the sky, suppressing the experts of the Skyspace Demon Sect. The experts of the Skyspace Demon Sect roared and slashed at the sealed doors around them. However, before the 9 sealed doors could be broken, Lu Ming had arrived. No, he screamed in horror, but Lu Ming's palms struck down and destroyed everything. The expert of the Sky Universe Demon Sect followed in Mo Kong's footsteps and was killed by Lu Ming. In an instant, Lu Ming had killed 2 experts. The last expert of the Desire Poison Sect was terrified and did not dare to fight with Lu Ming. He frantically retreated into the crowd. What a piece of trash. Weren't you very arrogant just now? Now you are cowering in fear. Lu Ming looked at the expert of the Desire Poison Sect with disdain. That person's face turned red and he did not say a word. This brat's combat strength has increased again. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect muttered. His eyes flickered with a dignified look and his killing intent became stronger. The others were the same. They were shocked. A month ago, in the Dragon God Valley, although Lu Ming could suppress Mo Kong, it was not that easy. However, this time, it was a complete one-sided victory. This was natural. Lu Ming's spiritual body had evolved into a mid-level heaven spiritual body. His combat strength had skyrocketed, and it was easy for him to kill someone like Mo Kong. Who else wants to take me down? Come on. Lu Ming said indifferently. I'll kill you. A cold voice sounded. Then, a burly old man stepped out from the Sky Universe Demon Sect. His body was sturdy, and his demonic chi soared into the sky. Every step he took shook the sky. He stood in front of Lu Ming. His terrifying aura made it difficult for many people to breathe. A great saint. Many people whispered. A great saint was about to make a move. A great saint at the initial stage. Come on. I want to see how strong a great saint is. Lu Ming said. You will regret it soon. The burly old man said coldly. He took a step forward and threw a punch at Lu Ming. The demonic Dao Law flowed. This punch caused the air to howl violently. It was like a mountain that blasted toward Lu Ming. The combat strength of a great saint was much stronger than Ming Sheng. Roar! A dragon's roar sounded from Lu Ming's body. Lu Ming activated the suppressing Hell Heaven skill and threw a punch. This punch did not have the suppressing Hell monument, but Lu Ming's fist seemed to have turned into the suppressing Hell monument. Even the color of his fist seemed to be the same as the suppressing Hell monument. Dong! The two men's fists heavily collided with each other, and a terrifying explosion rang out. A terrifying shockwave burst out from their fists and rushed towards both sides. The clouds in the sky were scattered by the blast wave as if they were cut by a heavenly blade. A demonic mountain was swept by the blast wave and exploded. Swish! Swish! The two figures retreated at the same time. They were evenly matched. Hiss! Many people gasped and looked at Lu Ming in disbelief. Abnormal, demonic, too terrifying. He was just a minor bright saint, but he was able to cross an entire realm and fight with a minor great saint. What was the concept of crossing an entire realm? Needless to say, they had never seen or even heard of it. There were no such records in the ancient books of Zhangzhou. The difference between Bright Sage Initial Mastery and Great Sage Initial Mastery was too big. A Great Sage Initial Mastery powerhouse could kill a large number of Bright Sage Initial Mastery powerhouses with one slap. But now, Lu Ming could go head-to-head with a Great Sage Initial Mastery powerhouse and not be at a disadvantage. This was incredible. The Sovereign of Heavenly Universe Demons Sect, Celestial God Sect, and the others burst out with shocking murderous intent. They had to kill Lu Ming. If this continued, they would all be surpassed by Lu Ming and killed by Lu Ming. They had to kill Lu Ming. Is this the combat strength of a great saint? Lu Ming said indifferently. Arrogant, kill! The burly old man roared like a mad beast. A battle axe appeared in his hand and he raised it high. In the sky, an incomparably huge axe was formed. On the huge axe, demonic light bloomed and surrounded by the laws. A terrifying aura spread in all directions. This was a terrifying divine art. It was not difficult to cultivate a divine art after entering the Great Saint realm. It was just a matter of how strong or weak it was. Slash! The burly old man waved his arm and the huge axe slashed down violently as if it could split heaven and earth and destroy everything. At this moment, light spots shone on Lu Ming's body. There were a total of 108 light spots, and a sacred weapon flew out from each light spot. A total of 108 sacred weapons surrounded Lu Ming. A battle sword appeared in Lu Ming's hand. The sword chi soared into the sky and its aura was shocking. It was a great sacred weapon. This great sage weapon was something he had obtained from the divine child during his battle with him. In the previous month, although Lu Ming was fully focused on comprehending the chaotic finger of calamity, he also found time to cultivate the art of 10,000 weapons. Chapter 1729. 108 sacred weapons gathered their battle weapon chi and became extremely powerful. Lu Ming held the great sage battle sword in his hand and slashed out. A sword radiance soared into the sky and clashed with the giant axe. Boom! In the void, the giant axe and the sword radiance clashed with each other, creating a terrifying boom. Then, they were destroyed and no one gained the upper hand. Kill! Lu Ming shouted and took a step forward, charging towards his opponent. Whoosh! Whoosh! With a thought, the sacred weapons around him all charged towards his opponent. The burly elder bellowed as he brandished his battle axe, sending the combat weapons flying. Lu Ming, on the other hand, charged forward with his battle sword in hand. The sword gleam was dazzling and there was a white holy light shining on it. Clang! The two of them clashed again, but they were still evenly matched. Lu Ming retreated and took a step in the void, charging towards his opponent again. His opponent did the same. The two of them engaged in an intense battle. The battle sword and the battle axe clashed with each other constantly. Sparks flew everywhere and it seemed like a storm of qi was blowing in the air. The whole place was silent as everyone watched without blinking. Many people were already numb to Lu Ming's combat strength. Could it be that a great sage couldn't take down Lu Ming? Could it be that he needed a stronger expert to take action? That would be too embarrassing. The heavenly god sect master's face darkened. The great sage weapon in Lu Ming's hand belonged to the deity. It was given to the deity by him. Now, it had fallen into Lu Ming's hands and became Lu Ming's weapon. Lu Ming and the burly old man clashed head-on. It was a very straightforward battle and they exchanged dozens of blows in an instant. The burly old man became more and more shocked and anxious as the battle went on. A great sage was attacking a young man in the initial bright sage realm and couldn't take him down in a head-on battle. This had never happened in the history of the Tsang state. His attacks were getting more and more violent. Clang! Lu Ming exchanged another blow with his opponent and retreated. At this moment, Lu Ming's eyes turned pitch black, like two unfathomable pools. At this moment, the burly old man seemed to have discovered that Lu Ming had disappeared. Between the heavens and the earth, huge dragons pounced towards him. Illusion, break! The burly old man roared. The soul in his sea of consciousness shone brightly. The battle axe in his hand swept out, destroying everything. This was the soul illusion technique, which he had learned from Qiu Yingying. Whoosh! After casting the soul illusion art, Lu Ming stepped forward, charging towards the burly old man. Not good. The expressions of the spectators, especially those from the Sky Universe Demon sect, changed drastically. They saw the burly old man suddenly slash at the air madly, and Lu Ming's body rapidly approached. The old man didn't seem to have any reaction. Whoosh! Lu Ming's sword stabbed towards the burly old man. Get lost! At this moment, the burly old man roared. As if he could sense the danger, his battle axe slashed towards Lu Ming's sword, blocking Lu Ming's attack. It seems that my soul power isn't enough. Lu Ming whispered. Due to the fusion of his main body and second body, Lu Ming's soul power had skyrocketed. Now, it was equivalent to the soul power of a great Saint Minor Mastery. However, the old man was also a great Saint Minor Mastery, so his soul power wasn't weaker than his. Although Lu Ming cast the soul illusion technique to make the old man hallucinate, the old man could still feel it when facing a fatal blow. Just like at the treasure ordering convention, Qiu Yingying's soul power was far above the old man's. However, the old man couldn't feel it at all and was completely trapped in the illusion. Kill! Lu Ming waved his hand. More than 100 saint weapons, all of which were offensive types, charged towards the burly old man. At the same time, he stepped forward and charged towards the burly old man. The burly old man roared as he continuously slashed out with his battle axe. A violent wind swept in all directions, making it difficult for Lu Ming to get close. Do you think this will work? Suppress! Lu Ming's glabella glowed. The Tai Chi disc array emerged, emanating endless runes. A Tai Chi disc array appeared and suppressed the burly old man. The Tai Chi disc array was mysterious and powerful. As Lu Ming's cultivation increased, the power he could unleash also increased. Buzz! The Tai Chi disc array suppressed the burly old man. The Tai Chi disc array had the power of destruction and sealing. The burly old man's body shook violently as he retreated continuously. Kill! Lu Ming arrived and slashed down with his sword, directly cutting the burly old man in half. However, when one reached the Great Saint realm, even if he was cut in half, he wouldn't die. The two halves of the burly old man's body frantically retreated. Lu Ming pursued him relentlessly, wanting to kill him. Enough! A cold voice rang out. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect waved his hand. His saint power wrapped around the burly old man like a ribbon and pulled him behind him. The burly old man escaped the range of Lu Ming's illusion. The two halves of his body reconnected and quickly recovered. He looked at Lu Ming with lingering fear. Just now, he had almost been killed by Lu Ming. Many people's hearts trembled. Lu Ming had almost killed a great saint with his initial bright sage cultivation. What? If the bright sage can't do it, then the great saint will come. Now that the great saint can't do it, are you going to make a move? Lu Ming looked at the sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect and mocked. He hated the sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect to the core and wanted to kill him immediately. He actually gave Xian Yanqing to the evil spirit sect's Dharma King to possess. Damn it! He probably had this plan from the moment Xian Yanqing joined the Sky Universe Demon Sect and was accepted as a disciple by her. How dare you! Lu Ming, this is the Sky Universe Demon Sect. How dare you behave so atrociously? Alright, now hand over the Azure Thearka's inheritance and treasures. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect spoke indifferently and changed the topic to the Azure Thearka's treasures. No hurry. I'll let you see someone first. Lu Ming smiled. Then, he grabbed at the void, and Mo Yang appeared in Lu Ming's hand. At this moment, Mo Yang was still unconscious and was held in Lu Ming's hand. Yang, what did you do to him? The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect's expression changed slightly as he berated. Nothing much. This guy was chasing a disciple of my Dragon God Valley. I happened to bump into him, so I knocked him out and brought him here. Lu Ming smiled faintly. Now, hand Yang over to me. The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect spoke in a commanding tone. I can hand him over to you, but you have to hand Nianqing over to me first. We'll exchange for one person each. That's only fair. Lu Ming said. Exchange for Nianqing? What a joke. Nianqing was originally my disciple. Why would I exchange another disciple for this one? The sect master of the Sky Universe Demon Sect rejected him directly. Lu Ming's expression did not change. He had already guessed this outcome. The sect master wanted to take Xian Yanqing for the evil spirit sect's Dharma King to possess him. Why would he exchange Mo Yang with him? So, you're not exchanging? Let me tell you something. Actually, I searched Mo Yang's soul before and found a shocking secret in his memories. Lu Ming smiled faintly. Chapter 1730. I know that you have set up a seal near Mo Yang's soul. Once you search his soul will be destroyed. Unfortunately, you still underestimated me. Lu Ming smiled faintly. His smile made the Sky Universe Demon Sect leader's face turn even uglier. You are still too inexperienced to deceive me in front of me. Let go of Yang. The Sky Universe Demon Sect leader sneered and stepped forward. Stop right there. Take one more step, and I will kill him. Lu Ming said coldly as he held Mo Yang's neck. At the same time, he retreated. Since you don't believe me, then I will make it public. The Sky Universe Demon Sect is a remnant of the Evil Spirit Sect. At the bottom of the Demon Mountain, there is an Evil Spirit Sect guardian. The people of the Intentionless Saber Sect are also hiding in the Sky Universe Demon Sect. Lu Ming said as he retreated. His voice spread throughout the entire place. As soon as he said this, the entire place fell silent. Many people widened their eyes in shock as they looked at the Sky Universe Demon Sect leader. The Sky Universe Demon Sect is a remnant of the Evil Spirit Sect? Is this true? Boom! The Celestial God Sect leader's body emitted a dazzling holy light. He looked at the Sky Universe Demon sect leader coldly and asked, "Is what Lu Ming said true?" "Nonsense. How could you believe such a clumsy plan to drive a wedge between us?" The Sky Universe Demon sect leader said coldly. His face was extremely gloomy. The Celestial God sect leader's face kept changing. Perhaps this is really Lu Ming's plan to drive a wedge between us. If I want to verify whether it is true or not, I just need to search Mo Yang's soul again and project the images in his memory. Then, won't it be clear? Everyone, do you want to see it? It will be very exciting. Lu Ming smiled. He then lifted Mo Yang up and reached out to touch his forehead, as if he was going to search his soul again. What are you trying to do? You want to harm Yang, or? You must have a death wish. The Sky Universe Demon sect leader shouted as he stretched out his claws. A huge demonic claw formed and grabbed at Lu Ming. The demonic claw emitted a terrifying steam. He wanted to kill Lu Ming and Mo Yang together to destroy the evidence. Whoosh! In the sky, a resplendent sword radiance slashed down and split the demonic claw in half. The sword radiance receded and a figure appeared beside Lu Ming. It was the Cloud Dragon Valley Master. What? Are you afraid that your identity as an evil spirit sect member will be exposed? The Cloud Dragon Valley Master said. Yun Ruoxu, you've really come. Everyone, let's attack together and kill them, then destroy Dragon God Valley. The Sky Universe Devil Sect Master shouted. I think that we should search Mo Yang's soul first and see what's going on. The sect master of the Heavenly God sect said coldly. Although he also wanted to kill Lu Ming and the Cloud Dragon Valley Master, compared to the matter of the evil spirit sect, he could only put Lu Ming aside. If the Heavenly Universe Demon sect was really a remnant of the evil spirit sect, and if what Lu Ming said was true, then the situation was serious. It was obvious that the Heavenly Universe Demon sect was using them to stir up internal strife in the Tsang state. If things went wrong, the Celestial sect would be destroyed. Such a major matter had to be clarified first. That's right. Search their souls first. If what Lu Ming said is false, then it won't be too late to kill them. The Nine Heaven Sword sect master also spoke. The Heavenly Universe Devil sect master's expression changed. He then said coldly, all right, let them search their souls. The innocent will know that they are innocent. It won't be too late to kill them after we prove the innocence of the Heavenly Universe Devil sect. Lu Ming, search their souls. The Heavenly Universe Devil sect master stepped back, and his expression returned to normal. He looked as if he had a clear conscience. All right, Master, search their souls and project the images. Lu Ming mentioned Mo Yang to the Cloud Dragon Valley Master. All right. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master nodded and reached out to touch Mo Yang's forehead. Do it. At that moment, the Heavenly Universe Devil sect master suddenly roared and attacked. He blasted his palm toward the Celestial sect master beside him. At the same time, countless people in the crowd attacked. Terrifying attacks were directed toward the people beside them. The Celestial sect master was shocked. At the critical moment, he blasted out a move with all his might and blocked the attack of the Heavenly Universe Devil sect master. However, he was pushed back and spat out a mouthful of blood. In his haste, he couldn't completely block the other party's attack. The Celestial sect master was more vigilant. Those who were less vigilant were killed immediately. Screams of agony were heard at the scene. Ah! In the Celestial sect, an unwilling roar resounded through the sky. This roar came from another absolute saint of the Celestial sect. This time, there were two absolute saints from the Celestial sect. Beside him, the house master of the Blood Demon House attacked him. Terrifying sword light directly shattered his saint heart. The sword light burst forth, and this absolute saint of the Celestial sect fell. In addition, the Desire Poison sect's experts also attacked the Demonic Moon sect and Nine Heaven Sword sect's experts. The Demonic Moon sect master was severely injured. Fortunately, he reacted in time and wasn't killed. In an instant, many experts of the Celestial Sect, Nine Heaven Sword Sect, and Demonic Moon Sect were killed. Blood Demon House, Desire Poison Sect, you are all traitors. The Celestial Sect Master roared. Lu Ming was right. You are indeed the remnants of the Evil Spirit Sect. The Nine Heaven Sword Sect Master roared. They had suffered too great a loss just now. Ever since Lu Ming said that the Heavenly Universe Devil Sect was the remnants of the Evil Spirit Sect, they had more or less become wary of the Heavenly Universe Devil Sect. However, they never expected that the Desire Poison Sect and the Blood Demon House were jackals of the same tribe. They finally attacked. Lu Ming's lips curled into a cold smile. This was his plan. He would use the excuse of searching Mo Yang's soul to blackmail the Heavenly Universe Devil Sect into attacking. The plan was very successful. As expected, the Heavenly Universe Devil Sect Master didn't dare to take the risk and attack directly. However, he didn't expect the Blood Demon House and the Desire Poison Sect to be jackals of the same tribe. Kill them all. The Heavenly Universe Devil Sect Master roared. His voice was incomparably cold as he unleashed a torrential attack on the Celestial Sect Master. The Celestial Sect, Nine Heaven Sword Sect, and Demonic Moon Sect's forces were originally very strong. They were not weaker than the Heavenly Universe Devil Sect, Blood Demon House, and Desire Poison Sect. However, the sneak attack just now had killed one of the Celestial Sect's absolute saints. The Demonic Moon Sect Master was severely injured, and the Nine Heaven Sword Sect's other absolute saint was also severely injured. They were in imminent danger. Only the Nine Heaven Sword Sect Master could maintain his peak strength. As for the Great Sages and Bright Sages, they had suffered heavy losses. The situation was extremely unfavorable. Kill! At this moment, a large number of figures rushed out from another demonic mountain and charged over. The Intentionless Saber Sect is indeed here. There are also people from the Evil Spirit Sect. There are 4 absolute saints. Someone exclaimed, revealing a look of despair. One could tell at a glance that the people who had rushed out were divided into 2 groups. One group was from the Intentionless Saber Sect, led by 2 absolute saints. The other group was dressed in black robes and should be experts from the Evil Spirit Sect. The 2 people in the lead were also absolute saints. The people from the Celestial Sect, Nine Heaven Sword Sect, and Demonic Moon Sect all revealed looks of despair. Ming-er, take care of yourself. The Cloud Dragon Valley Master said to Lu Ming. Then, he wielded his sword and charged toward the Evil Spirit Sect experts. Roar! Chapter 1731. Dragon God Valley's Patriarch Ice Dragon. The expressions of the 2 powerhouses from the Intentionless Saber Sect changed drastically. They slashed out a terrifying saber light toward Patriarch Ice Dragon. Swoosh! A black and white sword chi tore through the void and slashed toward the Blood Demon Tower's master. Then, with a loud roar, a sun lion appeared. Then, Ice Dragon Valley's master also appeared and joined the battle. Although the Heavenly God Sect and the other major sects had discussed before to destroy Dragon God Valley, they couldn't leave them in the lurch now. If all the powerhouses of the Heavenly God Sect, Nine Heaven Sword Sect, and Demonic Moon Sect died here, then the remaining forces in the Tsang state would be greatly weakened. This was exactly what the Evil Spirit Sect wanted. They had to join forces to deal with the Evil Spirit Sect now. The scene fell into a chaotic battle. Many absolute saints flew into the sky and fought. That was because a battle between Paragon Sages was too terrifying. The energy that leaked out could kill Great Sages and Bright Sages, let alone those below the Sage Realm. Both sides had disciples below, and if they fought with everything they had, the disciples of both sides would be wiped out. The absolute saints flew into the sky and fought. Below, the others were fighting in a chaotic battle. Miserable screams constantly sounded, and it was incomparably tragic. Shao Qing is in that demonic mountain. Lu Ming looked around. According to the scene he had seen in Imo Yang's memory, Lu Ming's gaze fell on the place where many sects had gathered. Xian Yanqing was imprisoned under that demonic mountain. The evil spirit sect's blood demon king's soul was also below. Lu Ming stepped forward. Sacred weapons surrounded his body. He held a battle sword in his hand and slashed out. A saint of the Sky Universe demon sect was killed by him. Poof! Then, with another slash, he killed a saint of the Desire Poison sect. After killing a few people in a row, Lu Ming didn't continue fighting. He used the wind thunder steps and flashed toward the demonic mountain. Lu Ming, die! With a loud roar, a middle-aged burly man charged toward Lu Ming with a demonic saber in his hand. His aura was extremely shocking. This was a great saint. He was even stronger than the burly old man who had fought with Lu Ming. Lu Ming brandished his sword and slashed out with all his might. Clang! Lu Ming's saber light directly smashed through Lu Ming's sword light and landed on his battle sword. Lu Ming felt an irresistible force surging towards him. His body retreated continuously as his blood and qi churned. A mouthful of blood flowed out from the corner of his mouth. Great sage, great success. This was a great sage, great mastery powerhouse. He was extremely powerful. Lu Ming was no match for him at all. Cripple him first, then force him to tell us his secret after the battle. A few more people appeared and blocked in front of Lu Ming. All of them were great sage realm powerhouses. One of them was the burly old man who fought with Lu Ming previously. His eyes were exceptionally cold. There were 4 great sages in total. It was almost impossible for Lu Ming to defeat them. The auras of 4 great sages erupted as they bore down on Lu Ming. Since you're courting death, I'll fulfill your wish. Lu Ming said coldly. The sacred weapons around him all flew into Lu Ming's body and disappeared. A large halberd appeared in Lu Ming's hand. The reincarnation halberd. True essence surged into the reincarnation halberd. An energy was stimulated. A layer of black light suddenly appeared on the reincarnation halberd. You still want to kill us? Die! The burly middle-aged man slashed his saber at Lu Ming again. Kill! Lu Ming held the reincarnation halberd and slashed out forcefully. With a clang, the saber in the burly middle-aged man's hand was directly cut into 2 by the reincarnation halberd. The reincarnation halberd did not stop. With another slash, the burly middle-aged man's body split from the middle. A great sage, great mastery powerhouse had fallen. The other 3 great sages were almost scared to death. That was a great sage powerhouse. He was directly killed by Lu Ming's halberd. Even the demonic saber, a great sage weapon, was cut into 2. How could this be? Retreat, retreat. There was only one thought in their minds, and that was to retreat. The further away they were from Lu Ming, the better. It's too late to leave now. Kill! Lu Ming shouted. The reincarnation halberd slashed out horizontally. A black light flashed out. The bodies of the 3 great sages directly stiffened. Their eyeballs popped out, revealing a horrified expression. Then, their bodies were directly torn into pieces, and their souls were obliterated. 3 great sages were killed in one move. The others nearby were scared out of their wits. They frantically retreated, distancing themselves from Lu Ming. Lu Ming stepped forward and continued to head toward the demonic mountain. On the way, there were hundreds of people from the intentionless saber sect and the evil spirit sect blocking the way. They were directly killed by Lu Ming's halberd. Hundreds of people were instantly killed. Lu Ming was bathed in blood. Like a demon god, he arrived in front of the demon mountain. Open for me. Lu Ming held the reincarnation halberd with both hands and raised it high. The reincarnation halberd rapidly enlarged and then slashed down heavily on the demon mountain. This halberd was like the halberd of a god. When it slashed down, the huge palace on the demon mountain directly exploded. Rumble. The majestic demon mountain let out a loud sound under the reincarnation halberd. Then, It was directly split into two. Huge rocks flew everywhere as if it was the end of the world. The demon mountain was split open, revealing the underground cave under the demon mountain. "Who's there?" A sharp voice resounded through the sky. In the underground cave, blood mist gathered and formed a huge human face. Xian Yanqing sat there cross-legged, motionless, as if he was completely unaware of everything outside. Little Qin. Lu Ming's heart trembled. He didn't expect to see Xian Yanqing again in such a place under such circumstances. Sky Universe Demons Sect and Evil Spirits Sect should be destroyed. Kill them. Lu Ming's eyes were filled with a layer of blood red, and his killing intent was incomparably strong. "Brat, you're courting death." A loud shout rang out, and a black-robed elder rushed out of the underground cave. His entire body was filled with demonic qi, and his aura was extremely terrifying. This was an absolute saint. The Sky Universe Demons Sect had specially called an absolute saint to guard this underground cave. "Kill him." The huge face formed by the Blood Demon King screamed. "Die!" The absolute saint of the Sky Universe Demons Sect grabbed at Lu Ming with his demonic qi. The terrifying demonic claw was even bigger than a mountain. Not to mention an absolute saint, even a perfected supreme saint would be killed by this claw. But Lu Ming didn't change. He was still indifferent. He stepped out and said in a cold voice, "You're the one who's going to die." The reincarnation halberd enlarged and slashed out. The demonic claw formed by the absolute saint of the Sky Universe Demons Sect was directly shattered. The reincarnation halberd didn't stop. It continued to slash at the absolute saint of the Sky Universe Demons Sect. How is this possible? The absolute saint of the Sky Universe Demons Sect's eyes widened. He realized that he was completely locked on by the reincarnation halberd. There seemed to be a force of reincarnation that made it impossible for him to dodge. He could only take it head-on. He roared and continuously slapped out with both hands. In an instant, he slapped out hundreds of times. Hundreds of palm prints gathered and formed a demonic palm print that blasted toward the reincarnation halberd. But it was all in vain. The reincarnation halberd slashed down, and the demonic palm print collapsed. The reincarnation halberd struck the absolute saint of the Sky Universe Demons Sect with unparalleled force. The absolute saint let out a shrill scream that echoed throughout the Sky Universe Demons Sect. Then, he was split in half by Lu Ming, and even his soul was annihilated.